Welcome, 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 welcome.
One more time.
Welcome to today's stream. This was completely not planned. We were not planning to go live on our channel today. We haven't gone live on our channel all week, as you guys know, and this is totally out of the blue, but we were here and we figured why not go live while we're here. We finished out our week. We had amazing conversations, right?
So good.
Oh my God. So incredible. These women that we had conversations with this week, every single one was amazing, like on different levels. Don't you agree?
Different backgrounds, different stories, all inspiring.
Yeah. Incredible. Like where they came from, how they started gaming, and their journey in total. I know I saw some of our community on there and hanging out and had the chance to watch. And I think like it doesn't matter like what you do, right? Like if you're going in nails or gaming or you're trying to build whatever business, hearing those kind of stories, they're just inspiring, right?
Oh, totally. Like the information is the same all the way around. When you decide on your goal in life and what that is, how people respond to it, how you came about that decision, what your future plans are. I love the last question, especially that you would ask them about if they could go back in time and talk to themselves for 1 minute.
Yeah.
What they would say, and that just got so many kind of different variations.
Yeah.
Really, really amazing.
It's kind of an interesting question. It's like hindsight is 20/20, right?
Yeah.
There is that saying, Trace, and it's always like, God, if I knew then what I know now, right? Would I go back, and what would I tell myself? And that was the question that we asked each streamer at the end was, if you had a little time machine and you had one opportunity, go back, talk to, in my case, Little Trace.
Little beavers. What is going on?
I don't know. It just felt good to do. So I'm going to do it again.
Stroking out.
If you could go back and talk to like Little Beeb, what would you say to him? Actually, now that we're here, Tracy, let me ask you, if you could go back, why not do this? If you could go back and, you had, 60 seconds is like so quick, but like literally the time machine is like 60 seconds, you have 60 seconds. What would you tell yourself? And let me say this. Let's say it's 8-year-old baby Trace.
Invest in Bitcoin. I'm out.
That's pretty good. Invest in Bitcoin.
What was that movie where he goes back?
Buy Bitcoin.
Yes. Buy this, do this, bet on the Super Bowl.
Dude,
just list it real quick.
That reminds me. That's what's it called? Back to the Future. I think part 2 when Biff, figures it out and gets the almanac.
Yeah.
And goes back. You idiot! Just take it and bet this. And young Biff was like, "Fine, old man," and just like shoves it in his back pocket. And Marty's trying to get. I can go through the whole movie. I love those movies so much. But that's okay. So first part is you give yourself gambling advice. Actually, it's not gambling. It's guaranteed money advice.
Yeah, that's an investment at that point.
You're giving yourself good investment advice. What else would you say to Little Trace?
I would tell her to be less worried about what people think and to maybe not hold back as much as I did when I was younger. And doing things that I wanted to do, but was always afraid of like being embarrassed or
like sports and stuff like that. Or?
Just in general,
Okay.
like I was just more reserved. It was kind of not my mom's fault at all, but that was just kind of more of her personality. I just remember like wanting to do the talent show, and she's like, "You're going to embarrass yourself," kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that I think that's it. I'm pretty happy with all the decisions I've made in my life.
Where it's brought you.
Oh, I know what I tell her. Tracy, when you hit about 17, 19, 20.
Run.
No. I'll still get married. It's okay. But you're never going to have that body again.
So what are you going to tell yourself?
Show it off a little bit more.
Show it off.
Just kidding.
Why?
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Hey, when you're young and you've got young person's body, why not? Even I'm so double standard because I'm like, except for my daughter.
Except for your daughter.
You know what I mean? No. I think that's really good. I think I like what you said about like kind of telling yourself to maybe try to push things a little more to do things. And
Yeah.
I think I would have too, because my parents were the same thing. It was like no sports, no like I wanted to play baseball so bad, and it was a no.
Yeah, it was just,
you know.
no.
It
Yeah,
was a
same
no.
same with my,
Yeah.
I didn't do anything outside of school
Same.
as far as that. I mean, I had friends. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
had friends, but like the extra, what do they call that?
The stuffed animals, your friends, yeah.
No, yeah, well,
I know those
buddies.
are your friends.
friends for life.
Oh, Dolly Bunny, little guy. Sorry.
I'm a little creeped out.
I'm actually creeping myself out a little bit too.
Extracurricular
Activities.
activities. That's that was a no-go. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
very
yeah.
athletic, very much in sports, and that was a no-go, which, I love how my parents raised me.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. But yeah, I think it would, but besides maybe doing that behind their back, the reserve. I was very,
Yeah.
I to this day am very much like worried about what other people think. And then, oh, did you just embarrass yourself? Wake up at 3:00 in the morning. Like, I can't believe you said that. That was stupid, and yeah.
Oh, interesting. Like something that you said earlier, you'll kind of hang on it and be like, did I say
yeah.
that? And
I'm horrible. Yeah.
you know what? I actually kind of do that too, Tracy. I just realized that's so weird. Like when I was training earlier this week and with a guy, that's so weird. That's like it's like a weird sort of realization that I think I do that too, because I said something in training and I thought he took it the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And I was obsessing about it. And so yesterday when I went and trained, the first person I walked up to was him. And I was like, hey, dude. And I was like, hey, man, I hope I didn't.
Yeah.
And I'd been thinking about it for 2 days.
Yeah. I dwell on things like
I
that.
couldn't let it. It was.
I won't be able to sleep.
Yeah. It bothered me.
Totally. Especially Ramon gets this
That's
a lot
so
from
weird.
me. He has to hear it a lot. We'll have like a conference call or something, and someone will annoy me, and I try to hold it in, and then I get off, and I'm like, did I act annoyed? Did I seem upset? Did he's always my like. He has
Like,
to listen
no.
to all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or did that come out right? I didn't mean for it to be sound that way. Yeah. Obsessive.
That's so weird. I actually do it too. But it's like you're a good person though. Like you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You know what I mean?
But I sometimes want to, but then I don't. And then I feel bad.
You clearly don't care about mine because the way you talk to me. Don't ever change it. Don't ever change it. I always say this
That's
to Tracy.
me holding back.
It is you holding back. Tracy and I always say this. We're like, if there's ever a day where both of us are like really nice to each other, it's the end.
It's totally the end. Actually, I don't know if we've mentioned this before. So it was when I first got hired, I did not work. I didn't move.
Yeah.
I lived in Reading. Reading's about 8 hours away.
Yeah.
And I didn't move right away. I worked there. They had a store there. It was my old distribution. They bought it. And,
Yep.
And I remember it was right before I was moving, and Habib called me and I'm driving home, and he's like, hey, I just need to talk to you. We're gonna have to watch how things are gonna have to change and how we communicate and how we talk. You remember this?
No.
And I literally pulled the car over and I said, listen, Habib.
Oh,
if
I do
it's
remember
gonna
this.
change,
Sorry. I remember this.
Then I don't want the job.
Okay, I totally remember this.
I don't remember exactly what you said.
This is what I said. I said, because like the way that we joke around and
It's very 5-year-old.
it's very childish, but it can get, like I have a dark sense of humor. Tracy has a dark sense of humor. You know what I mean? Like I like that type of humor. We're disturbed and maybe sometimes disturbing people. And so I was like, okay, we're going to be in the workplace. You're going to be an employee of this company. We have to change. So I called her and I was like, listen, we can't communicate like that when you're here. Like, it's got to be professional. This is a professional environment. And she literally told me, she's like, I can't change the way that I am with, like, especially like, what are we going to pretend like we're different people, around each other?
Around
other people.
We're professional around other people,
Always.
But he was a little more like, okay, we just have to change the relationship.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know, we've had a good friendship and we're very mouthy, and so that's gonna have to change. And I'm just like, that's not gonna work for me.
Dude, this Twitch stream is evidence that never changed. That never.
We try every once in a while. We have conversations. We're like, okay, we have to be more professional.
Yeah, but that's only like if there's other, potential, like maybe other people that walk in the room. We're like, we got to tone it down, because we have our sense of humor, and it's and it can never, like, that will never change. And that's why I say now, like, I was so wrong saying that, I realize, and that's why I was like, she's right. Okay. And plus, she's not going to work here if I enforce that. So I don't really have a choice.
I wasn't here yet.
Yeah,
so.
you weren't even here yet, so you hadn't started. But I think now it's like, if we ever are too polite, that's a problem.
Oh.
Right? That's a problem if we're too polite to each other. It's like,
something bad's happened.
Something bad has happened.
Or going to happen.
Yeah, or
just have a lovely day, Habib. Yeah, I hope you just
don't ever tell me to have
it blessed and that everything is well with you.
Dude, don't ever tell me to have a nice day ever, ever. Want to just say hi to everybody in the chat. I know this is like not the normal time. We always stream in the morning. This was like off the. Just randomly, we were like, let's go live. So we were here and we wanted to do it. But I want to say hello to everybody. Some people I haven't seen before. I see Shawnee Starfire. What's going on? Srini the Pink. Kay Vandenbroek. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Rita74, thank you for joining us. I want to created by Cooper is here. What is up?
Nice, the regulars.
Yeah, and then Shelby August. Hello from Vancouver. Thank you for hanging out with us. That's awesome. Ashpash1114, you're back. Thank you for coming back. Created by Cooper. Glad you guys made it so everyone could watch on YouTube. Okay, listening. I know we are now going to start streaming this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because we have the capabilities, and we might even start. Ramon, would you say like Facebook? We could probably go live, and maybe a few others. Yeah. So we might start doing this in other places.
Will that involve a camera for Ramon at any point?
Yeah. Well, that guys, please in the chat, please. He hasn't gotten the camera yet. Okay. And this is ridiculous. So I love what Serena the Pink. Tell little Habib to keep squirreling. Totally. And just back to that. So if I went back, I would definitely tell myself to push the issue of like playing sports more, baseball and these other things.
It's a hard one because you can't control.
Yeah.
You're the child. So it's a very awkward.
I know it is. You know what I would say? I would tell myself to like, because up through high school, I was very, very, very like, I was very insecure, and I did not believe in myself. Like, I felt like everybody was better than me at everything. Everybody was smarter than me. Still holds. Still holds, Trace? Still holds. Yeah. Thank you. That's very kind. You're an idiot, Beeb. And it wasn't until college that like I worked myself into confidence, and then I was like, oh my God, I can, that's where I really believed in myself and gained a lot of confidence. Like I can do anything I want. And so I would try to make that happen earlier, and I would talk to myself and grab little Habib and just say, listen to me, you little punk. You're going to do some, like, you're a smart little kid, and you just need to, I was lazy too.
Were you?
Yes, I was. I did not
That's
like,
interesting.
I got good grades. I studied enough to get good grades, but I was lazy. I did not like to work. I would not show up to like, I played water polo. That was the only sport my mom would let me play, of course. A little Speedo.
Such a random sport to,
I
like,
know.
what was the difference between that and baseball?
So, to be honest with you, I don't know. Because baseball is not like, I mean, there's injuries and there are, but it's not like football, right? Or even like, I would say like tennis. Like my mom would have loved for me to play tennis, but tennis is gnarly and you could get injured.
Was
pretty hardcore.
water polo during school hours? Was that difference? Because I was allowed to play sports as long as it was during school.
What do you mean during school? No, practice for water polo was from 6 a.m. to like 7:30, and then you go to school, and then after school from like 3
So
to
it
like
was
5.
It was not during school.
No, it was before
So that
and
wasn't
after
the
school.
difference.
No,
Weird.
she thought swimming was like, swimming is like it's
It's gonna
hard.
make you a doctor or a lawyer.
It's going to make me a doctor, lawyer, or an engineer. And here's the truth about water polo. It is so insanely physical what happens under the water, the punching and the kicking and this, like the freaking scratching and, dude.
What sport were you guys playing?
Oh my God, dude. Water polo is so gnarly, Trace. Like you don't see everything below the water. You just see splashing and dudes with the funny caps on and little Speedos and like, you know what I mean? But
is there a picture?
oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a high school picture. I can bring it in. You want to see it?
We need to see
I was
this,
like,
right? We need
I was
to see
like this. I was ripped.
We need to see this picture.
Dude,
Y'all.
I was, Tracy, I was so in shape. I could eat I'm in high school too, right? Your metabolism through the ceiling.
You know what? Stan and I were just having this conversation. Like, what we could eat before and not gain
now?
an ounce.
I know.
And now it's like you sniff it and you gain 10 pounds. What the hell?
No, you just look at the food and you're like, you know what I mean? I know. It's so insane.
It's interesting that you and I had very similar kind of insecurities as children.
Yeah, I was, dude. I was awful, Trace. I was awful. So my mom is so gangster. Like, I'll never forget this. So I was in like all the honor classes, right? And I still felt like I was an idiot, but I was in all the honors classes in high school. And I remember I was in AP Calculus my senior year. And so I take the, the AP tests. You can basically, if you pass the AP test, you can test out of your first year of college out of that math and go into like the second year. So it's really intense and it's hard. And so like, I just I didn't want to take the AP calculus test. I was like, I'm going to fail it. Like, what's the point? Like, this is stupid. I'm going to fail the test. Like, so I remember I went back to my mom and I was like, Mom, I just don't feel like I'm as smart as some of the kids. I don't know why I'm taking the test. And she was like, what the hell is wrong with you? She like smacked me in the head. And she was like, you're smarter than everybody. You just don't know how smart you are. Don't be stupid. You go in there.
You are smart. Don't be stupid.
Stupid. She just called me stupid kids. Like, you stupid kids.
She still does.
She still does.
Anytime
I know.
you and Greg do something, she's like,
Stupid kids. She totally does. But it shocked me because I thought I was going to get like, oh, honey, come here. Listen, you're going to be all right.
Mama's
you don't want to take the
little
test?
boy.
Mom's little boy. You don't want to take the test? I'll take. She was like, get up, stop talking dumb things and get up off your butt. And you go in there and you show everybody. And I was like, dude, it shook me. It was the first time where I was like, maybe okay, maybe
Yes,
I can.
Mom.
Mama, thank you for confidence.
This was last year, by the way.
This was like 2 minutes ago. Actually, my mom just called me on the phone. Ding, ding. Go take calculus.
You stupid kid.
So I was like, all right, let me see if I can do this. Dude, I took the test, okay? And I walked out of the test and I was like, so the way that they grade the test is like 1 through 5.
Okay.
5 is the highest, 4 is really good, 3 is passing. That means you get the credit for college.
Got it.
And then 2 and 1 is you don't. You basically failed. Yeah, just like that. So I took the test and I walked out and I was like, oh, 0% chance that I passed. There is no possible
So you didn't
way.
look at the questions and go, oh, I know that. No.
No. Total guessing. No, it wasn't.
I mean, you just.
it wasn't total guessing because the way they have it is you have to actually like logic out problems, and it's not like all multiple choice. So it's actually like they give you the problem and you have to like solve the problem.
So you can't actually just do a picture in the dots.
No, you can't do pictures of the dots. The Greg strategy, my brother. He literally, if you ask him, he literally says, I would make faces with the fill in the square or the circles. So I walked out and I was like, I know I failed. Like, I don't think I got one answer right, honestly. And I remember it came in a month later, 2 months later, I walked up to the mailbox and I was like, oh, my results, you know? I opened it. It was like 3. And I was like, I like literally, I
had to make sure what a 3 meant.
I opened, I'm like, this cannot be right. Like that's how little confidence I had in myself and how insecure I was. I was like, this has to be, can you believe that? They're telling me you passed, bro, and you don't,
like,
you can.
I'm going to argue it. I'm going to call you.
Dude, going to court because we're going to court. You telling me I passed is not okay. My insecurity is greater than your stupid results. So dumb. But it again, that was like the first where I was like, I can't believe I did. Like, I really could. You know, some people are like, they're modest and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. But they don't really mean it.
Right.
No, I meant it. I was like, how? And I went, I'm like, Mom, is this, I was asking her and she's like, oh, good, you passed. And she just walked away. Like, I knew you could do it. And I was like, what? And so that was kind of the start of like, you know, oh my God, maybe I can do things, you know? Maybe I can do things.
do some things.
But isn't that?
Yeah.
There are so many people that feel that way, right? Who I didn't know I had the capability or the potential. And the difference was like believing it, not believing it, right? And like giving it a fair shot and then like having a little bit of success. And then that gives me a little bit of confidence. I always say that like, and you should talk to this too, Tracy, because you've been through like a lot of like salons and then you've been through some health issues and you've had to dig freaking deep.
Yeah.
But success feeds confidence, confidence feeds success, feeds confidence. It's like this loop where you get your first taste of like you did something, right?
Yeah.
And then it gives you a little bit of confidence to like try a little bit more, and then you get another little success, and then it's like a slow build, but then before you know it, it's like, dude, I actually believe that I can do anything.
Right. Well, and the confidence is, if you can build confidence, it helps you when you fail.
It helps you when you're gonna fail.
You're gonna
right?
fail, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So, but that's a hard thing, and if, you know, for instance, had your mom not said, don't be stupid,
idiot,
you're taking the test,
you
could have really held yourself back in life.
Yeah.
Because, but I totally get it, because you know, I've always experienced this. Well, I'm not going to try it because I'm just not good at it.
Yeah.
Or I was a big, because kids are cruel, you know, they just are.
They are
and
cruel,
so,
man.
and my friends knew I had these kind of little self-doubts and confidence issues, so, you know, they used it against me, you know, a little bit on, oh, you shouldn't do that, or you know,
feeding.
they fed it, you know, or I remember one friend used to tell me, it's just sad that no boys look at you. You know,
God.
But because I had very low self-esteem when it came to my looks. Or
That's
anything. Yeah, no,
intense.
she told me. Yeah, that was one of my best friends, by the way. Yeah, so
screw you, woman now in your 40s, whoever you are, if you happen to be watching this, I don't like you.
But you know, it was hard for me to build confidence, and I don't think I really started gaining much confidence until I was in my late 20s.
Yeah, that for me it started in college, and then started building. But everybody's got a different timeline, right? But now, like today, right? Like you run a good sized company. I mean, where's your confidence level today? It's like you feel like you can accomplish.
I still think people are going to figure out that I don't know what I'm doing.
What is that complex called, guy? Do you guys?
I really do. That's my everyday thought. Like, oh, holy crap, Habib one day is going to wake up and go,
imposter syndrome.
Yes.
That's what it
Yes.
is. Imposter syndrome.
I am an imposter.
Yeah, that's where this is like, so there's imposter syndrome, and then there's the reverse of imposter syndrome, which is like
God complex.
like you think you're really good at something, but you're not, And then there's imposter syndrome where you're legit really, really good at something, but there's like this thing of like, I don't know if I belong here. It's actually really common. A lot of people that have a lot of success in different areas, they come across that feeling. You know what I mean? It's actually pretty common.
With me every day. That's every day.
Well, let me tell you something, Trace.
But I like to be the imposter in Among Us, so it just works.
Guys, you guys play Among Us? Does anybody here play Among Us? Like, there you go. Designed by C's. C's, what's up? Exactly. Thank you, Minetic. Yeah, imposter syndrome. I was trying to get it out. I just lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was saying.
Among Us.
Oh, Among Us, yeah. Jeez. That happens like, how many times a day does that happen?
It's called 40s.
Yeah, it's called 40s and like severe ADD combination, which is an interesting combination, actually.
That is an interesting combo.
Yeah, I don't know where that's going to go. What was I talking about? Just kidding. Among Us. Tracy plays Among Us. She hasn't played in a while. We need to get her back playing Among Us. I think you should give yourself this weekend, Trace, some time. We've had a pretty intense week running around. It's been crazy.
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
A good roller coaster, but like yesterday with Frisk, amazing.
Oh my gosh, you guys watched that?
And oh my gosh, she just hurt my heart at times. Like she cried and we cried. And,
laughed, cried.
Oh my gosh.
We had tears, guys. We're actually human. Tracy and I never, isn't that weird? I don't think I've ever seen Tracy cry. Did you cry yesterday? Did you have tears?
Just a little bit, like that, but not like you.
I actually I was thinking about my dad when she was talking about it. And I was like, oh my God,
it just hurt my heart,
I know.
her pain. But yeah, oh my gosh,
so
much.
If you didn't watch, basically like what our team had put together, Caesar and Ramon, they created this custom Xbox controller. So it's an Xbox controller, and we can show. So Tracy has one. You can show right there, Ramon. This is so cool, guys, what Caesar and Ramon put together. So for all the streamers, they got one of these. And like, how amazing is that? And so on Frisk's right here, Caesar put, like, she had a very, very close friend of hers that had passed away, and I think that was on his page. And she basically said, if you were paying attention to her social media, you would have picked that up. Caesar picked it up, put it in the design. Ramon did the actual, printed it out, put the skin together, and sent this to her. And she was just like, you can actually go and watch the stream. It's like in the first 20 minutes, I think. Her handle is @Frisk with, I think it's 2 Ks, FRISKK, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. She's an amazing, amazing human being. She's been through a lot, and she's having like tremendous success now. That was such a great, like the perfect interview for us to end the week on, which was yesterday. But also, if you guys, I hope you guys can maybe go back and watch, because so on Wednesday, Ariel Powers, we had this amazing interview with Ariel also.
BA player,
she's
gamer.
Yep, she is
bad ASS all the way around.
Yes, badass. Say it.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, Ariel Powers, incredible. Like, talk about juggling. She's a professional basketball player. She plays in the WNBA, and she's a world champion. She's also a professional gamer on Twitch. She's building her following. I mean, how in God's name do you juggle that? And here's the best part, though. She is so nice. Like,
humble,
oh
nice.
My God.
But I loved hearing her story. She's coming back from injuries that would have took a lot of people just out. Like, no, I'm done.
Dude.
Not doing it. And
that was crazy.
Yeah, just inspiring.
Yeah.
And then we had
Somerset, so Somerset,
sweet.
17. I just want to say one thing real quick about Arrow Powers. Her first year in college at Michigan State, she got recruited by Michigan State, and her 5 days before her first game, she got an Achilles injury, which is
She ripped it, right?
yeah, tore Achilles, which is like devastating injury, especially for a basketball player where your motion a lot of times you're jumping up and down and you are using it's all legs, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a year. Can you imagine like if you're like not doing nails, you have an injury and you're out of your career for a year. You know what I'm saying? Like that can, like you said, Tracy, that could really throw somebody out. But she was talking about how her dad just showed up and was like, "Yo, listen, this is how it happens. Injuries.
Yeah,
so we got to take this step by step." And she methodically put a plan together to recover, and she did. And obviously, the rest is history. She's an WNBA champion. What an arc that is. But I just love the mindset that she has. You guys got to go watch all these streams. The mindset she has, getting through that.
Well, and what's interesting about her is she kind of had what we were just talking about, how we felt. She didn't know, to say it out loud when she decided that that's what her career path. She's like, well, people are going to think I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not good enough. Like she had all that self-doubt.
Yeah, she had that self-doubt. And I mean, we were talking about it with her about sort of that mental game and being mentally strong. And sometimes you got to just force yourself, and what a great example of just success and going through intense challenges, trying to reach your goal, like real blockades and walls, and breaking through them and reaching success. I love her so much.
Yeah, amazing.
She's an amazing human being. And then, so Tracy mentioned Somerset. I mean, it's so many different personalities this week and streamers, but so Somerset, so check this out. She's 17 years old.
You would never know it.
You would never know it.
Mature.
Yes.
Has her crap together.
Dude.
I don't have my crap together as much as she does. She's got it together.
Tracy, I was just talking about it. At 17 years old, I was like, I don't want to take my AP calculus. I'm scared, mommy. Literally, That's what I was doing, and she's built a huge community, built this huge following on her channel, on her stream. She's phenomenal Fortnite player. And let me just tell you, for somebody that plays Fortnite, it is an incredibly difficult game to master, and you know what I loved about what she said, Trace, about how, because I asked her, do you practice? Did you practice? And she was like, her way of practicing was playing tournaments.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, not, so there's a mode in Fortnite where it's called creative mode. Okay. And you can go in and you can just practice building. That's a huge component of Fortnite, right? Is it's a shooter game, but also you can build walls and, boxes, they call them, to protect yourself. And then there's all this strategy revolving around that, but it's really hard to build. It's a lot of skill. And her way of doing it was, no, I'm just going to go in and play and learn while I game and play these
under pressure
in these tournaments. And dude, I go into creative mode, right? And I can build fast. And then I play in a real game, Tracy, and I can't do it. I'm frozen. And it's to her point, it's I got to stop doing that. I have to practice.
You need the pressure.
Because
that's reality.
That's reality. It reminded me so much of what you always talk about with nail technicians. You got to take clients.
Yeah.
You can practice and you need to practice and you should. But ultimately,
you got to jump.
Dude, when somebody's sitting in front of you with their hands, that's terrifying to me. Yeah. Seriously. If you told me right now, Habib, I got a customer coming in that I don't know, or it's my sister, family friend, you're going to do her nails, I'd be like, oh my, I would be sweating bullets.
We shouldn't do that.
No, dude, I don't want to do that. I'll do your nails. Maybe we should do it for the stream. Oh, God. What am I saying? I'm putting myself, maybe we'll do it. Okay.
We'll do it.
But we'll do it. That's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
But you have to do it, right?
You have to do it because that's the only way you're going to get used to it.
Yeah.
And we talk about that. Like if you come out of school and you never take that plunge, 6 months later, the person that you went to school with, she's feeling more comfortable because she just went for it, and you're still stuck in that fear mode. So it's a very real thing.
And here's another thing that I loved about what Somerset said. There's so many like great memories from this week because the conversations were so insane. But I asked Somerset that question, the big question at the end. I was like, hey, if you could go back and talk to little baby Somerset in a time machine, and you got 60 seconds to talk to 8-year-old Somerset, what would you say, or what would you change? And she's like, she had the most amazing, like I have a little goosebumps right now, the most amazing answer. She's 17. It pisses me off. She was like, I wouldn't change anything because I love my life today. And I'm like, damn it.
But she really felt that way.
She
She was
did.
like, I like the way I was raised. I like the direction I went, and I am happy in my life.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to tell myself something to offset the course of events that might change, my life today. She's like, I love my life today. And I was like, how many 17-year-olds can say that? You know what I mean?
How many anybody?
How many anybody? You're right. How many anybody? How many anybody? Say that 10 times real fast. How many anybody? How many anybody? Going off on a tangent.
You got 8 more to go.
Going off a tangent. Go off on a tangent. Go off on a tangent. Sorry.
And then there was Cat Gun.
Oh, Kat was, dude.
I loved her too. I loved all of them. Like
I
each
know.
one. What's funny is I'm like, each one I was just like, that was amazing. She's amazing.
Yes.
And I'm like always waiting for that ball to drop of like, oh, I'm not connecting with this person. This is a
Didn't
difficult,
happen.
like the longest 2 hours of my life.
Yeah.
And it went like that every time.
Every time. Kat, talk about like, she is hilarious. First of all, she's hilarious. She's been in the game a while, right? She's been doing this a long time. And she's still a baby in my eyes. She's like 30, she's a baby. And, but she is like, her vibe, she's so chill. She's so real, and she's hilarious. Like her, I love her sense of humor. I love how she engages with her community. It's so easy to see why she's such a big success, And I was kind of waiting. I was like, I think with all the streamers, I was kind of waiting for like, there was this moment that just completely destroyed me, and but they're all so strong, and they're like
Very strong.
Like, Kat's the same way. I mean, she's a badass too, man.
Yeah.
Kat's she's a total badass.
I truly enjoyed her. I especially appreciated how open she is about mental health and anxiety, which I've suffered myself.
Yeah.
And so I love that was one thing that she wants to make sure, in the future in gaming, not only health as far as physical body, but mentally.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that was the question that Tracy and I had asked her. We were like, after gaming, what do you want to do? And she's like, I want to be like a consultant for, like health, like physically, mentally. It's something that's really missing in the gaming community in terms of like actually having someone consult with you. And she works out, she eats healthy, she doesn't, like I was asking her about, have you ever had drinks on a...
No, she doesn't drink.
She doesn't drink.
Yeah. That's the one minus I had against her.
Tracy's like, look at this.
There's all these pros, con.
And her nails were sick.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, they all did a great job.
They all did a great job, which just annoys me. But that one, what was that? She did it off a game, and I can't remember the game.
No, it wasn't a game. It was a show. It was the Star Wars Clone War.
The body.
Kids.
The
Bad Batch. Thank you, Ramon.
Body.
God,
Where was
thank
I
you,
getting
bro.
body from?
I don't know. Kids. I'm like kids.
Bodies.
Kids' bodies. Not even like close. The Bad Batch show on Disney Plus. I think it just came out, animation, and that was inspired. And I love that set. Reminded me of the, which one do you have it there? That set right there. Reminded me of that one.
Oh, like the dry brushing.
Yeah, can you show that? I love the dry brushing. I think it's...
I don't have the whole set, but yeah.
It's okay. Can we show it? Bad Batch. Thank you, Serena the Pink. Oh, yeah, Serena the Pink. Oh, my God, I love that Kat talked about that. Right? Wasn't that cool? Kat is so funny. Rita 74, what you go through in life,
I have it on.
the good, the bad, and the ugly makes you who you are. That's exactly correct. I couldn't agree with you more, Rita 74. It is just straight up. That's how it is. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, go ahead, Trace.
Well, no, I was just thinking about the mental health and all that. Even going back to Frisk, you asked her a question. It was actually interesting because you didn't ask anybody else this question.
No?
Not one of them. You said
Lonely.
Is gaming a lonely thing?
Yeah, journey. Is it a lonely journey?
And she said yes.
Yes.
And that's very interesting because you're like talking to all these people and you're but it's just you.
Yeah.
Really. And then like what she said, and then you turn it off.
Yeah.
And it's just you. And I thought that, that her and Kat kind of had that really in common.
Yeah.
I think they would be a powerhouse together in this subject, and I really feel both of them will do great things in paving the way as far as mental health and especially in gaming.
Yeah.
But that factor, like, they have all these followers, all these subscribers, but yet they deal with things that you would never know they did because they put on a smile. And I love I love that they both of them talked about it.
It's very honest. And when I asked that question, she paused and was like, and then she was just honest about it. She's like, yes, it is. But the thing that I was kind of, I don't know, like shedding some light on was like, okay, it may be, but how many people, I just think if you're doing something that you love, I think you win.
Yeah.
If it's a lonely journey, if it's not a lonely journey, regardless, like if you actually genuinely like what you are doing, I mean, you win, man.
Yeah.
You freaking win.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with this a guy that I train with. His name is Jungo, and love this guy. We were just sitting on the maps. We were stretching and warming up, and I just asked him. I said, "Hey, man, how's it going?" He's same age as us, right? Mm-hmm. He actually. This is such a weird coincidence, but he's a friend of one of our business friends, Sasha, Harvest Dental.
That's weird.
I know. Like he actually works. He's worked with Sasha. He's a dental technician, so he does what you guys do, but for teeth.
Wow.
So yeah, so he works with
Small
acrylic.
world.
Yeah, he works with acrylic, and he's like an amazing artist. Like does like teeth and sculpts, and happen to train at the same place. So weird, right? Anyway, I was sitting. He's like, I'm like, how you doing, man? How's it going? He's like, I'm really good. And then he just started talking. He's like, I don't need. He's like, I train. I have my wife. I love my job, and then I also relax. I go to the beach. He's like, I'm happy. And he's like, I used to work and try to make more money. Mm-hmm. And I was miserable. And he's like, I have enough money. I have like for the lifestyle that he wants. And he's like, I've pulled back on work somewhat, but he still loves what he does. So he does it. He trains. He just found this balance for him that made him happy. And I was like, you win, bro. Like nobody can ever tear that down. No, you just cannot.
No. Yeah, it's a balance, and finding your own balance, not somebody else's balance. And that's I did like about all the people that we talked to is they all were very happy with their lives.
Totally. This is funny. Serena the Pink. Kids, bodies, Tracy, we okay? Rita 74, you only see the happy or success stories on social media.
Yeah.
You rarely see the real hard process or loneliness or periods of doubt people go through. And that in turn creates more issues for people who compare themselves to what they see on social media. That is just,
100%.
You're speaking the truth. This is the one problem, the criticism of social media I definitely have. One of the many, I would say. There's a lot of criticisms, but this is a big one, is people fronting like they got there.
Life.
I got the perfect life.
Got the perfect kids, got the perfect dog, got the perfect husband. No.
Like, have you seen, there's a movie on Netflix, The Millers versus Technology, or am I even saying that right, Ramon?
That's right.
Is that right? I think it's a cartoon. It's an anime. It's so funny. It's so good. And there's this one, like, there's this one family, the mom of the Millers. She's always like seeing their neighbors, and they're always like perfect, taking Instagram photos, and she's like, God, they have the perfect life, but the way that they portray it, they make fun of it on this cartoon, and it's so true. It's like everybody's got problems, everybody's got challenges and issues and stuff that they're dealing with. I don't care how perfect your life seems. It ain't perfect. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a perfect life. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not possible. But that's the thing, is you don't see the background, and people typically are not going to show you the background of what their life is like, or even like depression issues. Is like, oh, I didn't know you had depression. It's like, yeah, because I disappear unless I'm not around.
Yeah.
So,
no, exactly.
You can be functioning, you know.
Serenity the Pink, they talked about how people are super hateful and mean towards female gamers, which to me is like, WTF, don't get how people have the time to hunt you and be bleeps. Agree. Unfortunately, it's like, I think that's why, like, I wanted to know, that was kind of one of our questions, right? It was like dealing with trolls and dealing with haters. And you're right. The fact that people have time to go on there and just create negativity from nothing for zero reason.
Not even that. I think it was Somerset that was saying that she'd have one person that like created 5 different accounts because they kept on blocking them. And like,
what is wrong with you?
What? And I was telling Stan this last night. We went to dinner. I said, the number one thing almost every single one of them said is the comment they would get is, go back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Every one of them said that. All 4 of them said that, Trace. Like, is this the same kid going to all these accounts and saying that?
But each one of them said that, and Stan started cracking up. That's all they could think of to say.
It's so stupid, and like, but they all said, make me a sandwich. Like,
not cook me dinner.
Cook me dinner or something. Make me a sandwich. It's the most insane. Like, that's got to be some old dude gaming, right? It has to be. It has to be some like.
It's got to be a kid, I think.
But kids growing up,
a kid.
What household today is seeing that? Like,
I would like to think that that's not an adult.
No. The reason why I think it's an adult is because when we grew up, like, my dad worked and my mom, she had the hard,
right?
Roles. There were roles, right? Like, my generation, my parents, and then my parents' parents, it's so funny. Like, my dad worked his butt off. Don't get me wrong. Hardest working man ever. But my mom raising my brother and I and making us a freaking sandwich and doing all the stuff that she did to keep the house going, that was the most insane. Dude, I remember my mom went away for like 2 days. My mom tells this story. She went away and left me and my brother and my dad.
Oh my God, I'd love to see what that looked
No,
like.
my mom came home and the house was in shambles. Complete destruction. And my
Fires
dad
burning in the background.
Dude, he could not. And my mom was like, at that moment I knew I could never leave your father home. Sorry, I just burped.
You guys don't know. He does it all the time.
She said, that's the moment I knew I can never leave your father alone with you ever again. Now, as somebody that's had kids and I'm very active in my freaking kid's life. And I always have been, staying up late nights with waking up when they're sick. I do all that.
On vacation?
She goes on. I tell her, go on vacation when you want to, like, anytime you want to go. I got you, right? That doesn't mean I'm not tripping when she leaves. It's freaking I always say this to people. Raising kids is the absolute, without question, hardest thing I've ever done. Period. End of story. Like, and I'm not doing it alone. I have a partner, right? My wife, like, and I always say it's like 60-40. She does 60 and I still put in a good 40. Obviously I come here and I work, but I'm very active with my family and my kids, but she's still doing more than I am. And she still has, it's hard. It's hard. Raising kids is flipping hard.
A thankless
It is.
job.
It's very underappreciated. And that's why it's like dads, all the guys are going to kill me, right? They're going to be like, shut your mouth, bro.
Go make a sandwich.
Go make a sandwich, Beeb. The truth of the matter is that, like, guys need to do, like, I think it's just, I want her to do it. I want her to be super involved because I want I want to know my kids on a different level. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you find out. That's when men find out, like, holy crap, this is really, really hard. So, and I'm not saying like going to work, like I work my butt off and I come here and that's hard. It is hard. But like little humans, man, they will drive you insane. Just
They do what they want.
crying for like 2 hours straight without like, just like, sorry, I have like something in my,
What is going on?
I don't know. There's like a piece of lint hanging. I had to get it out of my face. But a kid crying for 2 hours straight, you're trying to like, dude, you will lose your marble. I have. I'm like, like completely.
That's
like
what
lost.
happened.
That's what happened. Exactly. I know we went like totally off topic, but I want to say this, guys, if you don't follow, please go and give some love and follow Cat Gun, Somerset, Aerial Powers, which is, I think it's Power Surge, and Frisk. Like, these are amazing human beings, incredible women, amazing human beings, and you gotta follow them. They're just beautiful people, man. I don't know what else to say. I mean, would you agree?
Just pretty much sums it up. Like, yeah, amazing, beautiful,
Incredible,
kind people.
Exactly. I pay online haters no mind because 99% of those people will never be able to have the guts to say it to my face in person.
So
It's
true.
easy to be bullied behind a screen. That is absolutely true. It's funny. I always say that. I'm like, nobody would say that to your face. Why? Because if somebody, like, if you come in, I always say this, like, people that will hate on me, we all get our rounds, me, Tracy, and Greg. And when it comes to me, I'm like, if this person knew me, if they actually knew me, they would not say that about me. They wouldn't. Tracy would. They wouldn't.
No one's gonna walk up to you and say, "Make me a sandwich" or whatever it is.
Right.
The horrible things. Like I hate how you do nails. Shut up, Greg's brother.
Which is still like
It's the perfect one.
it's
It's my favorite.
it's so annoying, but I have to give it respect. Like, it's good. Like, that's a good shot. And it's not even that bad. Like, I've gotten like the threats, right? And you've gotten some gnarly
I've gotten some gnarly ones,
too.
yeah.
Greg's gotten some gnarly ones too. We've all gotten our fair share.
I had one that just hated me, but I can't.
Well, you had one that would follow you. I think her name was Cassandra, if I'm not mistaken.
Cassandra.
Yeah.
Yes.
She would follow you
I would
around.
love to meet you, Cassandra.
Wherever you are.
One day, if you ever see me, just tell me who you are.
Yep, exactly.
I'd like to have a conversation. But I can't remember if it was Kat or Somerset who said, "I just like to think." I tell myself like they must be dealing with something,
Yeah.
and that's how they deal with it.
I thought
Kat?
I thought that was Kat.
Yeah, I think it was.
It might have been Kat. She's great, man. I love her. Like, all of them. They were so unique. You guys go, definitely follow them. They're just great. There's good human beings in the world. Like, that's them. And
if you have any kids, really, but if you
Yeah.
have daughters, I have them follow them because they're very good role models.
yeah,
What?
Serenity the Pink. Oh, that's Greg's brother.
That's Greg's brother.
That's so funny. Jessabelle 83. Oh my God, the tiny humans are too much sometimes. Oh my gosh.
Small humans.
Yeah. Like my wife texted me. My son does jujitsu too, right? And today, I couldn't be there. Had to come to the office, and he has it at 2:30. And so I was like, "Hey, mommy's gonna." I always take him, right?
Yeah.
And because I do it, he does it, and I know the people there. And so my wife texted me, and she's like, "He doesn't want to go to jujitsu today." And I'm like, "This is what I'm talking about. It's just constant. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
But I want to do this.
I want to do this. I want to do that. I don't want to do this." And it's like, you
I
don't
wait
get
until
to
you
dictate.
spend a bunch of money on it, and then I want to tell you I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yes, exactly.
See?
Have you had that?
Oh, of course. Gymnastics, dance,
Name it.
name it. Like, yes. Yes.
Dude. And so I was like, I didn't text my wife back because I saw that the message was like 2 hours old. So she either took him or she didn't. At that point, it is what it is. But I was like, he doesn't get to, I was going to text, he doesn't get to dictate whether he wants to go. Like, get in the car, move your bottom, go train. Done. And so I'm curious to see what happened because I've said this before.
Was it because you didn't get to go? You didn't take him?
He does like to go with me. Here's the thing. My son has this thing where he doesn't like, he's not good at transitioning. So if he's like watching a show or if he's playing with the dog, whatever he's doing, right? If he's gaming and then now he's got to transition and go do the other thing, it's really hard. It's not easy for him to transition. Once he's there, like if I went and picked him up and took him to jiu-jitsu, then he's in the mode and he's like, and then he's good. And he's like, I can see he's having fun and having a great time, but he's just not good at transitioning. Even like school stuff, I'll be like, hey man, he does this math thing every Sunday at noon. And, every time it's like, he doesn't want to do it. But as soon as the person comes on, cause they play games, it's all gaming and he's like in it and he loves it. So, but it's just transitioning is kind of a pain in the butt.
We dealt with someone like that today that didn't want to transition.
Who? We sure did, Tracy.
Sure did.
We had an issue. If anybody's ever experienced this before, an adult not wanting to transition.
Didn't want to transition.
Didn't want to like make the jump into like, now we've got to do this project.
Don't want to do it.
Don't want to do it. Well then.
Well, I want to do it on my own terms.
Yes. It is this in life. We experience challenges and problems of all different sorts. We just keep going, which is why we're here with you today. So we make, what is it? Lemonade out of lemons, Trace. I hate that so much. It's the worst. Lemonade out of lemons. Miss MacGyver, my daughter has a punch card for lessons, so I don't have to pay by the month. Oh, nice.
That's nice.
That's actually really cool. Designed by C's. Oh, from YouTube. Alicia Casas. Yes, it's hard but rewarding to see your kids love you. Yes. I mean, there's that's the thing. Like, having kids is the most difficult thing that anybody, in my opinion, anybody will ever do. Raising kids. But that's why. Like when the good times come and like when they get a little bit older and they're becoming a little bit more independent, like my kids are starting on that path and I see them, it's like it is the most rewarding. There is zero question. I can't imagine a life, like without kids. I just...
No, this is funny. So my son called me yesterday on the way home from work. RG's 28.
Yeah.
He'll be 29 in
So
August.
insane.
So he called me and he's like, you tell Dad, he starts out with, you tell Dad that he likes to complain that he says, I always call you and don't call him, but he never, I said, answers his phone. He's all right. And I said, I know. And he doesn't answer text messages or phone calls or whatever. And he's like, so when you get home, you tell him. I'm like, I don't know that I'm gonna. And he's like, what? I said, well, I kind of enjoy him thinking that you like me better. So I'm just going to tell him that you called me.
What did you do when you got home?
Unfortunately, I pulled up and Stan was so much in a hurry to go eat. He gets very hangry.
Yeah.
He got in the car and RJ was on the phone. So
Oh.
and RJ's like, if you'd answer your phone.
What did he say?
Stan.
No, I know, but okay, at least, okay, so he knows.
He knows.
Okay.
He knows that he doesn't answer his phone. He
Okay.
knows this. He'll do this like, I'll come home, I'm like, dude, I want to go to, I just ate. I'm like, he's all, you should have called me. I'm like, look at your phone. Look, I called 5 times. I text messaged 10.
Oh my God.
And
That's
here's
hysterical.
the thing. He's usually playing solitaire on his phone. I don't know how I think he's just ignoring us.
He might be. If he's in if you're in a deep game of solitaire, man, I'm not answering anything. Especially from you, Trace.
I don't blame you. I really don't.
No, I'm sure, like, does he have notifications that come?
I don't.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
I don't even pay attention to the man when it comes to that stuff. I don't try anymore. No.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Guys, it was actually so nice to hop on here on a Friday afternoon and chat with you guys, and I'm so glad you guys got to hang out. We love like just seeing everybody in here in the chat, and we're super we're like, it's funny. That's one thing we could relate with the streamers this week is they were talking about how appreciative they are of their chat and everybody in the chat. And it's like, dude, we understand it. You know, we're building a community right now. We're in the process, but you guys, I mean, it's amazing. You know, when we're here, you're here with us and you hang out and we talk. There's nothing, there's really nothing like it, to be honest with you, on any other platform like Twitch. The interaction that we have with you, and then now we're streaming on YouTube also, is pretty incredible. So just want to say, like, especially after this week, we really appreciate you guys being here and hanging with us. And Monday, is it 9 or 8, Ramon? 8 o'clock in the morning? Okay.
Class.
That's right, you got class. So we will stream Monday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to get back on our normal schedule. Go check out those amazing women that we mentioned, Cat Gun, Somerset, Power Surge, Aerial Powers, and Frisk. Go check them out, please. Show them love. And wishing you guys an amazing, amazing weekend. We'll see you on Monday, 8 a.m.